Well, hey everybody, this is Matt from Third Arm Robotics, and I've got a new demonstration video here that you're seeing being played. And for the first time ever, I'm pretty satisfied with how the sorter is behaving now. Satisfied enough, at least, to be able to move on to deployment, which should be happening very, very, very soon. So I just thought this is a 5-part video, and this is part 1, the first 10 minutes of a session. And I just thought that I would put in a little bit of commentary here and sort of explain what's going on and some of the behaviors that I'm seeing and all that. So probably one of the first things that you'll notice is that I've chosen one particular object type. So these are called plates, and there are different kinds of plates. In this case, there are 7 different kinds of plates. There are many more different kinds of plates in this collection, but since I've only got it set up with 8 bins in the back there, I'm sort of limited in terms of the number of different kinds of objects that I can show off. So the very first part of this video, which was the first dispense from the dispenser that you sort of see in the upper left there, I didn't quite get. So it sort of seems like it starts in the middle of things. It really doesn't. It started right at the beginning. So what the sorter is doing at the moment is just a number of repetitive motions. Once the arm sort of moves out of the way, there's a camera right above it that is looking down onto this work area, and it looks and it finds all the objects in the work area, and then through a series of measurements, it sort of decides which object to grab. And once it decides what object to grab, it measures its geometry, it measures its location, and then it moves the arm to that location, drops down, grabs it, usually holds on to it, and then moves that object to a designated bin, which can be specified by the user. This sorter will sort by size, color, or object type, or part number. In this case, I'm sorting by part number. So as this kind of goes along here, you'll notice that the same parts are going into the same bins. Now, this absolutely is not 100% accurate. The object identification model that I'm using for this is running at about like 90%, 95% accurate. So most of the objects are going to go into the right bins, but not all of them will. And that's the thing. As a collector or a reseller using this system, you're going to have to sort of deal with. And I've got lots of ideas in terms of how to do that. So you can sort of watch what the sorter is doing. It just sort of moved that 2x4 to a place where it could grab it. Now it's doing a 2x2, a yellow 2x2. That should go back there. Yep. So once it sees that there aren't enough pieces in sort of the grabbing area, it will do a dispense, and that's what it just did. It rotates this plastic bin that has a couple of holes in it, and the pieces fall through, and hopefully are sort of flung into this work area. After every dispense, you'll notice that the arm does what I call a gather, which is just it reaches up, it grabs a special tool, and kind of moves a whole bunch of objects at the same time, sort of more into the grab area. And so that's what it did just a minute or so ago. That motion that it just did right there is what I call a move grab. So the object was sort of outside of its grab radius, but it could still touch it. So it will reach down, move it closer, and then it'll do a grab. So that's a move grab. That's what I'm calling a drop. That 2x2, at least at the moment, when the sorter isn't able to identify an object, it will just drop the object even though it might have already grabbed it. That's something that needs to change in the very near future, but that's just how this is operating, at least at the moment. There's a 2x4 that's going to be dropped, and again, that's mainly because it's just not able to recognize. Now that motion right there is what I call a scooch. So it's moving an object sort of out of the way of this other one that it then grabs and puts into the appropriate bin. So it's going to go grab a 2x2 and move it to the 2x2 bin. You can sort of see them dropping in there. So this, it's going to try to do a scooch. It obviously sees those gray objects there. Let's see what it does with that. Yeah, it didn't look like anything that it was able to recognize, so it did a drop there. It's going to try to grab it again, and that time it didn't recognize it again. The one thing that I need to change right now, it's sort of randomly dropping objects, and as you can see, sometimes it really doesn't drop them in the right place. So I'm going to change that a little bit so it always drops it into sort of an open area. So there it's grabbing a red 1x4 and putting it in the 1x4 bin. The system is still a little bit slow. If you take into account everything, all the object management things, all the dispenses, all the gather, there's another motion in here that I haven't pointed out yet, but I will when I see it. But anyway, if you take everything into account, this system is currently sorting about one object every 20 seconds. So yes, I know that seems really slow, but I guarantee that it's going to get better. Okay, so I'm almost out of time on this first 10-minute stint. It's doing one more gather, so I will be back with part 2.